going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing out there? Thank you so much for tuning in to another great, epic episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. Guys, we missed you. We are talking Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 6, titled Into the Darkness. I don't have a description for you to read, but that is okay. Guys, if you did not know already, if you subscribed, you know, and if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But guys, we are going to spoil this episode up, down, left, right, in, and out as if you've already seen it. That is your warning. It was a sad day in episode 5 when our boy Unique died, or is he dead? We're going to talk about it. We had a week break, but now we are back. Lamont is over there saying, no, he still don't believe he's dead. But yeah, man, it's not just myself. I got my boy Lamont over there with Get a Life Games. How you doing, sir? How are you today?
I'm good, man. I'm thankful to be here with you. I appreciate you sharing airspace with me and allowing me to do these reviews with you and recaps and entertain your subscribers and mine. Stick with us, people. Subscribe to both of our channels because we are men on a mission, and I'm not talking about the WWE version.
Already. Man, I missed you, Lamont. That week break did feel a bit weird, you know. So I'm glad that we're able to recap, and also thank you for, spending your time with me. You know, you could be anywhere in the world, but you helping me out on my channel. And guys, if you love what he has to say, his information is in the description box. Also, this is what his channel looks like. Go ahead and subscribe. He growing over there. He almost at 200K, y'all. My goodness gracious. This is insane. This is insane. So help him get there by the end of 2024. We both will really, really appreciate that. Lamont,
right.
Man,
yes,
that cliffhanger, man, at the end of episode 5, Ronnie, evil ass, Ronnie Myers, Michael Myers over there, beat the hell out of his brother, man, beat him to death, per se. You know, little Cain and Abel story. And I was heartbroken. I was like, oh, no, my goodness gracious. And I gotta be honest with you, man. I was salivating at the mouth for this episode to pop off. I was like, I can't wait to see episode 6 and see where things are going to pick up. But this episode wasn't weak to me, but I was a tad bit disappointed. You know, to be honest with you, I didn't hate it. I don't want to say I didn't like it, but I'm not a fan of the way they handle things. And they addressed it at the very beginning of the episode where Rock pulls up at the crib, or I guess it's Panessa, and she goes in here like, guns blazing, like, where's Neek? Oh my God, what did you do to him? You had sex with him, you effed him just so you can take him away from me. And your girl Rock is like, look, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't seen Neek. I ain't done nothing to him. You got the wrong girl. Hey, you talking all that stuff. You better be able to pull the trigger. And she was not able to pull the trigger. And they do that little dance right there. And I'm really glad that Rock didn't shoot her. But what disappoints me, Lamont, and of course you can tell me if you disagree or agree, this picks up a week after episode 5. I don't like that. I wanted to see what happened the next moment, the next hour, or at the very latest, the next day. But we got a whole week that went by. I don't know, man. That just kind of rubs me the wrong way. And when that was revealed, when they calmed down and she had the ice pack, after she got it with that air, you know what I'm saying? Just, wow, you know what I'm saying? I was like, when they were sitting down, having their woman to woman, I was like, whoa, a whole week went by. I really do not like the forward jump in time like that. You may feel differently, but how did you feel about that? You agree or you disagree?
I'm not bothered by it, but I knew it was going to get you. I've been doing this with you for too long. I knew you would be bothered by that a little bit. I feel like what they did was they knew that they was going to take a week off. And so they decided to push the story along a week in the same way that we had to wait a week. I'm just glad that of all the characters that they could have picked the story up on with, I'm glad Rock was involved. And we all knew Panessa's not a killer. Right. And like Rock said, most of the time you hear these cliches of, if you're going to aim for the king, you better shoot him. And I was happy that Rock didn't kill this girl. And I was happy Rock really didn't beat her ass.
Yeah.
And the reason Rock didn't beat her ass is because Panessa has some points. You screwing my man.
Yeah.
And no. And I think Rock did feel some kind of way about that, B. Avery. And so she spared her life. And Rock is also, whether she wants to admit it or not, she's hurt that something has happened to Neek, and she pretty much thinks that he's gone. She doesn't know it for sure, but she's feeling that in her heart. And the scary thing for me was Rock immediately, when they got to discussing who could be people that have done something to Neek, Rock immediately went to the brother, whereas Panessa was kind of blind to think it was the brother. And I'm thinking, Panessa, this is the same guy you seen watching TV without the TV on. This is the same guy that get mad at you because you brought Frosted Flakes home and he wanted Honey Nut Cheerios. Why would you not think that this MF would be the one to kill your brother? Think, sis, think. So that's what I was thinking when I first seen that. I wasn't mad with it at all.
I got you. Well, I was disappointed with that, man. I really wanted to see the aftermath. I wanted to see the body. And let's just go ahead and get this out the way. Right during the intro, you were shaking your head. You really don't think that Unique is dead, do you? You still think he's alive out there somewhere?
He is alive out there somewhere. And this episode and what they said that we'll get to later on just confirmed it for him. He's not dead. I mean, he might be. Let me rephrase that, because people be trying to twist my words and stuff. He might be off the series after this season, but in terms of him officially dead as of this moment, he's not dead.
I got you. I want to believe it, man. I saw some type of video yesterday. When are we recording this? Wednesday night? I saw something on Tuesday, or maybe it was earlier today. I can't remember. Somebody was interviewing him. And they was like, oh my gosh, you're dead. You know, what are you mad? Are you upset? And he was saying that it was like some type of scheduling conflict, and you know, he wasn't able to commit to power and something other projects that he has. Of course, that could just be marketing, you know, them just trying to trick us and all that, lead us astray. But part of me wants to believe that either somebody found him or he gained his consciousness back and crawled away somewhere, and he's just, you know, in somebody's basement, in somebody's garage, you know, trying to heal and just scoping out the scene, just seeing how things are going to play out. And I don't know, episode 9 or 10, he comes back, boom, 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 I'm back, mother effer, da 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 da. I would love that right there. You know what I'm saying? I really would. Hopefully that does pop off into fruition. Do you think that's realistic, or am I am I chasing stars?
No, man, you're not chasing stars. And damn anyone that thinks they know better than us unless you work with stars yourself. You don't know. Nobody want to hear that shit, man. Y'all little conspiracy theories and stuff. Some of y'all was saying Cat Williams was crazy 2 weeks ago. Now y'all saying he's the next coming of the apostle of knowing all because of what he said the other day. No, you don't know. It's nothing wrong with what B. Avery said. I wholeheartedly think that something is going to happen. Now, is he going to come out fisticuffs? I don't know about that. Gotcha. I think that if they bring him back, he's going to be beat up somehow. But however form he's in, he's going to make an impact. He's not dead.
Okay. And speak about apostles. I know you said you're going to see this on Thursday night. By the time y'all see this, my review for the Book of Clarence will be posted on the channel. Matter of fact, I have a link to that in the description, so you guys go check that out. It is a fantastic movie. But staying on Panessa, and you guys love to correct me about her name. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. She was like, what the hell are you doing, Ronnie? These are your brother's jewelry. Okay, what is going on? Oh, I was so scared. Lamont. I did not want her to get beat. I was kind of wondering, like, okay, you already had this conversation with Rock, and she already put the bug in your ear that he is possibly responsible for taking out his brother. What I did like from her is that she was playing dumb. It's like, what are you doing? Not Ronnie, but Unique is gonna come back looking for it. So I like the fact that she was trying to play dumb, but I don't like the fact that she kind of just ran up on him like this and tried to like shove him out of the way. You're not gonna win that fight right there. And you know this motherfucker is crazy. He could have just swung on you. He could have raped you. I probably would have quit the show if he did that. But I'm glad that he didn't beat on her. But I was afraid, man. I was like, oh God. I was watching like this, like, please, please, please don't do it. You know, what was you thinking during the scene where he was going in there stealing all the pieces and chains?
She had already had the conversation with Rock
Right.
about the possibility that it could be your brother that did this. And he's been pretty much deaf tone to you this whole season. Like, you have been a non-MF factor to him. And why do you think he's going to respect anything you say to him in terms of not touching things in the house? She asked him about, do he know where Neek is at? He kind of deflected that, pushed her to the ground. Bruh, sis, her eyes are awake now, B. Avery. Right. And now that this has happened, it makes me wonder, how will this shape up in the end with her being involved, and however they're going to get rid of Ronnie. I think she's going to have some involvement in that.
I would like that. I would like that. How do you think it's going to play out? Do you think she's going to go upside his head with something heavy, or run him over with the car?
That's not her. She wouldn't do any of that stuff. If no. The only way she would do that is if her kids are threatened. I think she would go the way of the law and trying to put him in jail.
That's fair. I'll give you that. Well, boo Ronnie. Ronnie sucks. We need to get some justice because I don't like him. He's mean to Panessa. He killed his brother. Hopefully he didn't. And he's just rude. And the whole episode, he just going around talking like this. We got to get to
B.
work.
Avery hate this guy, man. B. Avery, he makes great TV, man. You hate this guy, and he makes great TV.
Right. He does make great TV. I don't like him as a villain. I mean, I like him as a villain. And the fact that I don't like his character, that means he's doing a great job. So, shout out, I forgot his name. But
Grantham
shout out
Coleman.
What's the name?
Grantham Coleman.
Yeah. And I saw another interview of him somewhere else. I was trying to pull up his IMDb, but I can't find it right now. But it seems like a decent guy, in real life.
Oh yeah,
not in the show.
Yeah.
But and staying on Ronnie, man. Right after that, he goes to Juliana, and I got to give this to you, man. You be with all these theories talking about, they're gonna be smashing here and smashing there. And as soon as he showed up to Juliana's crib, I was like, you know what? She's gonna knock his blocks off. They're probably going to get it in. I can see it now. It's possibly gonna go down between them. And so I think now it's just a matter of time. If it
see her Lululemons, you see her 1992 Lululemon stretch pants.
Yeah. You like that right there?
No, I don't like none. I don't like none of it. But if you fresh out of jail and ain't had none and you start making money, you're gonna want it then. But no, I don't know. No thanks for me. No.
Yeah. You're right there. So Lululemons, if that's your cup of tea, let us know down in that comment section below. Let us know what you thought about Ronnie. Let us know what you thought about the beginning commentary, as far as if you think he's dead and Panessa showing up and all that good stuff. But yeah, Ronnie needs to he definitely needs to be taken out, because I don't like the guy. I don't like the guy. But let's transition to something a little bit more light, a little bit more fun. And that has to do with the girls or whatever, trying to get they swerve on. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But it was entertaining, man. It was kind of cute to see Jukebox with her hair down or whatever. They're trying to get the choreography on. Of course, we love Marvin, him popping up like this in the studio. I'm surprised they let him in, but the man overstepped his boundaries. He crossed the line a bit too much. I'm glad that this scene didn't blow up too much and they didn't just start screaming at each other in the hallway and fighting like that. That would have been bad. But I'm liking this, and I also want to hear from you too. I know, girls are like this. This is what girls do. However, there was a quick moment after, they kind of bumped each other. They kind of did give each other a look. Do you think something's gonna, spark off between them, because I don't know. I mean, because it can, what's the name? Aisha. Something could happen with Aisha and Juke, or something could happen between Aisha and Kanan. And please don't say all three of them gonna get together either, because that's nasty and they're cousins. But and also I gotta give it to you, man. She was Crystal was out of place for trying to go off on Juke's daddy. But I do like the hint that the older sister came in with like, who is the leader? Fight for it. Crystal, you think you're entitled to it. You don't think you're good enough for it. And I don't know what you think, Juke. What you think about all that, man? It was a pretty dope scene to me, if you couldn't tell already.
Yeah, it was an excellent scene, my brother. I enjoyed I'm still enjoying just the story arc of Marvin. He went from a non-transparent parent, a parent that was a no factor, to he's damn near a helicopter parent now. You know, showing up at Juke's practices, interjecting himself when Juke is the one that's doing the show. Now, granted, he was right in what he saw, but you can't do that when you've got the studio executive white guys in the building, especially during the early 90s and shit, which basically just leans more to what Cat Williams said about fucking gatekeepers, but I digress. But you can't do that while the gatekeepers is in there. But the gatekeeper for them is the older sister that's managing them. This chick right here, she's the real gatekeeper. Mm-hmm. My issues with her, B. Avery, is I don't know if I can trust her ass or not.
100%.
I don't.
Right.
I don't know if I can trust her. You don't know what them white guys said to her, because she's telling the girls that they like them, but she's saying that they dance moves ain't where they need to be at, which could be true. But if white dudes say they like you, white dudes don't be caring about your dance moves unless you like those guys was not the talent managers. Those was the executives wanting to know, can we make money off this girl group? So it leads me to question the managing woman, who's probably about to be the damn gatekeeper, which has been my problem with this girl group the whole time, the Great Value TLC. Then we get on my home girl, Jukebox. Yes, she needs to be the leader of this group. She's a mix of everything these other two girls brings and then some. Mm-hmm. She's got the balls to be the leader. She has the kindness to console the girls. And if they would have let them go, she would have whipped Crystal's ass. Crystal act like she ain't had a fresh ass whipping. And believe me, Jukebox can hand some fresh ass whippings better out than The Rock, okay? You better sit your ass down, Crystal. and in the end, I did like the way she handled her dad. Like, if this had been old Jukebox with the daddy that was inept, she probably would have went off, probably wouldn't even have let him be in the room. But because they're in a good place, she was able to just have a conversation with him outside the room. And then she continued to defend her daddy when Crystal came in there running her mouth.
Right. Okay. What you think about this right here, though? You think something's gonna blossom there, pop off, or you think they're gonna just remain buddy?
B, you already know what I think about this. I told you this the minute that girl let Jukebox have a mint or an aspirin, whichever one she gave the girl. I said, this is going to be the new love obsession. And something is going to pop off. Right now, Juke is trying to stay out of it because she's still in pain from White Nick. But you know what? Love is in the air, my brother. It's in the air. And with Kanan doing drugs, I don't see Aisha wanting to get down with that kind of life. So that could be the adversary that pushes Kanan right away from Aisha.
Okay, good point. Of course, we're going to be addressing that later on. And we know, let's transition again. Detective Mike Howard. Okay. We know that if somebody gets in his way, he has no problem just shooting them. And the man looks constipated and frustrated, discombobulated, all wrapped up into one right here. Look at the sweat on his face. You know what I'm saying? He's like, this white man here is getting on my nerve. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, he do look like he went to one of them Brazilian steak houses and did too much eating and not much drinking.
Yeah, man. You gotta bounce it up. You gotta have that water. It's crazy. It's gonna block you up, bro. You gotta get them steps in.
Yeah.
But Do you think, of course, he's a nuisance right here. And of course, we're going to talk about the photo that he brought up towards the end, but this is towards the beginning right here. He was
Right.
frustrated. Howard, okay, I forgot exactly what he said, but we haven't done our job unless we've overstayed our welcome. He was like, sir, you were never welcome. Do you think that Mike is capable of killing this? He an FBI agent, ain't he? He a Fed, ain't he?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
right
He'll
here.
fed.
You think
Yeah.
Mike has the kahunas to kill the Fed? Because that's gonna bring a whole storm of bull crap on the office. You know what I'm saying? And Captain over here is stressed as hell too. So how you think that's gonna play out? I don't think he would do that. Me personally, I don't. I mean, but I think he's capable of it. But if the show wrote that in, that would just be like, wow, y'all are really going for the fences here. But what say you, sir? What say you?
He's capable of doing it, but it would be real stupid for Coach Mike Tomlin Howard to kill
Yeah,
Tanner Sachs. I'm gonna call the guy Tanner Sachs
yeah,
because if you kill this Fed agent, it's only going to bring more federal agents to a situation, to a space that is already cramped. If
right.
the guy is going to die, you have to basically hire out the killing to someone that is a pawn, or you got to make it look like he died in a crosshair fight. But at the
Yeah,
end of the day, you really want to get these MFers out of here as quickly as possible because it's just too much heat going on in New York right now. Way
yeah.
too much. So Detective Mike Tomlin Howard needs to find a way to get them out of his hair that don't involve bodies dropping.
This is true. This is true. Now help me out here, man. He was trying to, when he was talking to the captain, he was trying to get I don't want to say promoted, but maybe like a lateral move, some other position that out the side of there. Just saying, hey, I need a new change of scenery. Captain was like, yeah, that makes sense. Everything that's been going down with Burke, you may need to be moved around a little bit, And so, but what position was he trying to get transferred to exactly? Do you remember exactly what it was?
It was either the narcotics division or it was the evidence division. I think it was the narcotics division, if I'm not mistaken. One of the
Okay,
two, either evidence or narcotics.
okay,
And because I remember Captain telling him, "Look, dude, you might think that's a better position, but it comes with a lot of strings attached to it too. And I don't know if you want to do it." But the captain was like, after Mike Tomlin Howard broke it down for him, Captain's like, okay, that might can help us out both. Now, all I'm thinking, B. Avery, the only reason that man want to move is because he's going to tamper with some evidence or whatever's going on. He wants to get in there, know all the information so that he can tamper with it. He's going to be gerrymandering stuff up in there. That's the only reason Howard Tomlin wants to go over there. That's it.
yeah. I got you. I got you. I got you. You guys, let me know what y'all think about that. About Mike Howard trying to get out of that department. Also, him and his lack of drinking water and executing the cop and the Fed and all that stuff. Y'all let us know what you think down below in that comment section. Now, I got to tell you, man, somebody that I'm very, very impressed with their performance in this episode, especially at the very beginning of the episode. I want you to guess. Do you know who I am talking about, or am I gonna have to let you know? Who am I impressed?
Um,
Who am I impressed by?
Let me see here. This episode, Lulu
Nope,
are famous.
nope, nope. Oh, you got it the second time. Yes, sir. It is your boy. Oh, I done got the wrong. Hold on. Yeah, your boy famous, Mr. Antonio Ortiz, man. I was really, really impressed with his performance, man. He really got me towards the beginning of this when he was in the booth with Lulu. And
Yeah,
I definitely got some words to say about Lulu, but when he was in the booth trying to sing about the streets need a body part two or whatever, he
yeah.
felt really convicted, man. He felt really hurt. And like he betrayed Kanan and him trying to smoke this cigarette or whatever. I thought the performance was dope as hell, right? I was okay. I see you famous. You really doing your thing. I've always liked famous, but he comes off as just a goofy character sometimes, and that's not
Right.
anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just kind of saw more layers with him right here as the way that he took the headphones off in the booth and set him on the mic, and just how robotic he was walking out of there, just like, my head is really effed up right now. I need to chill. Talking about he will be able to sleep because he's able to get all of these emotions and feelings out. I thought that was dope as hell, man. I really did like that. What say you? Do you agree or disagree?
Oh no, 100% I agree. He did. I've always said that this young brother can act, and they just got layers. And a lot of the material they given him have called for him to be kind of the goofy, unsure of himself character that wants to be a rhymer. This guy is a lover. He's definitely not a fighter. The drug game don't fit him, but he happens to be living in the inner city in the hood, and this is what he's surrounded by. And when he was in here dropping these lyrics and dropping these bars, the man got shook because of the demons he's holding within his body.
Right.
And when Lulu was telling him to express it on the pen, I was like, Lulu, you fucking up. No, Lulu. No, yeah, no. Some secrets you take to the grave. Some secrets, if you are man enough to do the behavior, you got to be man enough to live with the consequences and take that shit to the grave, or else you could suffer dire consequences. And with Lulu giving him that advice, not only did Lulu got him to perform the rap, but Lulu also got that man to start feeling guilty and do some other things that led to other bad choices, which in turn sparked something in Lulu that led him to some bad choices. So at the end of the day, the advice Lulu gave him led to a road of a lot of bad choices that happened in this episode. This was one of those things. If you man up and do it, you just got to take it to the grave with you.
Well, I agree with half of what you're saying, and I disagree with the other half. The part I agree with is the advice that he gave Famous led Lulu down the path, a downward spiral. Excuse me. And we saw how that revealed itself at the end towards with Scrap's mother. But when you say bad advice initially, I think that Famous has the ability to express himself on the pad, on the pad, in the song, in the rap, without actually exposing himself. I mean, you can use coded language. I'm not saying that Famous should be like, I murdered someone out of self-defense, and I saw Rock put the gun in Kanan's bag, and I feel bad about it. You don't gotta just come out and just say it explicitly like that. You can do it in a certain way. And when I look at it through that lens, I take it as good advice. I mean, am I making sense, or you still feel the same?
Well, I mean, you would be making sense, but what did he do? He didn't do what you said he would have been good.
The famous confessed all of his crimes or transgressions to Lulu, or did he just say he has a bunch of shit on his mind?
He said he had a bunch of stuff on his mind, but then he went in the booth and he tried to express some of that stuff that was on his mind. But all that stuff that was on his mind came to a head when his dumb ass went and told Kanan that his mama put that gun in his book bag. Had Lulu not told him to start letting the stuff out, he would not have told that to Kanan, and now he wouldn't be in trouble with Kanan. And now we don't know what's going to happen to Famous. They split up.
Exactly what I was going to bring up next, man. So you think this, because we talked about this. You don't think that you don't think that it was smart for Famous to come clean and let Kanan know, because that was eating him up inside? I'm glad.
No.
It sucks. The outcome sucks, but me personally, I'm glad that he did do it, because for one, think about it this way though. Imagine if Kanan found out through somebody else that Rock put the gun in his bag and Famous didn't tell him.
Who we gonna find that out from?
Kanan gonna get over this, bro. Kanan gonna get over this. But go ahead.
No, I'm saying the only people that know about it is Famous and Rock ain't talking.
That's true, but I mean, he could still find out some other. Well, I mean, I was just thinking timelines, and he said something that's like, "Hey, I was at the house at this time, and then your mom was at the." Wait a minute. Well, if this minus this and this plus this, that means y'all was there together. I mean, is that impossible? No. I don't think that. I don't think Rock would be like, "Yeah, I put it in your bag, and Famous was there to watch, so get mad at him too." That's not realistic, but okay, we don't.
The thing is. It is for what is going to be the scenario that brings these two characters back together. Because at the end of the day, I still contend that Kanan It's gonna kill Famous. And at the end of the day, I also think that the bug that's going to be put in Kanan's ear to take out Famous, along with the animosity Kanan currently has for Famous, is going to be Ronnie. People that know your secrets and the people that you love the most, you got to take them out. Big Kanan learned that from somebody.
I think they can easily come back together. Like Kanan could be about to die by somebody, and Famous come saves the day. Kind of like how at the end of season 2, Unique saved Rocks, but you know, and then they made up and started having sex. Now, of course, I don't want that to happen between Famous and Kanan, but I think they can, shake hands and be like, you know, I was mad at you. You know, you're a solid one, and people are not built the same. You know, I mean, Kanan know his mom is intimidating. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he may, of course, he has a right to be upset. I'm not saying that, but I don't think the relationship is over. And I know I've said in past recaps that I am nervous. Like, oh my gosh, I hope that, you know, Kanan doesn't murder Famous, you know, for some reason. I just don't see that happening unless it's an accident, like the gun goes off or something, you know. But y'all let us know what y'all think about that. We want to see all of these comments, but that leads us right into, you know, Kanan was like, what the hell? He goes and confronts the mama like, why would you do this? You're a horrible mother. And she's like, yes, I did it. I didn't have a choice. And you know, I'm doing this for you. And then the social worker pops up, and you know, they have their little conversation and all that. On my fault, I'm getting my pictures out of order. I thought that it was going to be a bigger confrontation, a bigger explosion. You know, when Kanan confronted his mom about it. I mean, I'm not tripping, and I'm also a bit surprised that the social worker bought all of this and just like, I'm impressed. You know, you guys, you know, you're doing good. I'll see you guys next week. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. But how did you feel about the confrontation between Rock and the social worker?
I expected a whole lot more.
Not Rock and Kanan. Go ahead.
Yeah, I expected a whole lot more fireworks from Kanan and Rock. I expected way more fireworks than that. Hold on, you have a friend that wants to say hi.
Is that the
it's the princess, your usual buddy wants to come and say hi. Say hi, Elle.
On your chest. Just so cute and adorable. How you doing? You have a good day today?
He said, did you have a good day today? Staying warm?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay. I like your jacket too.
He likes your jacket too, Elle.
Thank you.
She said, thank you. You know, you can talk into that microphone you tried to take from Daddy the other day and run around the house.
I can't hear it though.
Oh, say something so this child can hear you real quick.
Oh, I like your jacket. It's a nice jacket. I like it. You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. And don't steal the mic from Daddy, okay? All right, he needs that. All right. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Elle. Bye-bye, buddy. Go enjoy dinner. But I expected the confrontation behavior and fans to have been a little bit more spicy. I mean, it was spicy, but he really seemed pretty calm to me.
Yeah,
like
right.
When Becky Quick, the social worker, came and she heard them arguing, that could have been an argument, man, where things are being thrown. You know, this is serious business. You try to have me kill my daddy. You done lied to me about who my daddy was for all these years. You throw me into this drug gang. You kill some of my friends. And then to try to reel me back in, you plant a gun in my book bag.
Yeah.
You the worst mama that's ever been on Power.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Like, you the worst mama that's ever been on Power. I mean, I don't know how dudes are attracted to you with your deep ass voice. Sometimes they hitting it from the back. They got to look down and make sure ain't nothing slinging down there. Talking like this. But
oh my God.
I was really on pins and needles, wondering what was he gonna tell Becky Quick.
Yeah.
Social worker. Like, what was he gonna tell? And you know, Rock didn't admit it on her face, but Rock was worried about what the hell Becky Quick wanted to talk to him about in private.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have really spilled the beans, man. He could have really spilled the beans, and he
But
didn't. You
but
know,
at the end of the day, if he would have spilt the beans, that would
somebody
have been
met.
bad for him.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know, they would have put him somewhere in like you know, they would took him and he would have had to be up for adoption in a foster home and stuff like that.
yeah.
And I guess he decided the devil I know best is the devil that's best for me.
Interesting way to put that, sir. Interesting way you put that. And I like something you said when you well said. I really do like that. Good job, sir. Good job. But something you said is that he could have should have been mad enough to where things were being thrown. I don't think he would have had a problem with that with your boy Paul right here, man. The way Paul stepped up to him, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what are you going to do? I'm a grown ass man, and you're a kid. What are you going to do? Beat me up? You know? First of all, buddy, you don't need to be stepping to me like that. And second of all, I'm not the one that stole you guys. Okay, they coming to me. You don't understand, Paul. I love Kanan doing this scene right here, but his mannerisms, and he was just so like, get the F on, man, get the F out of here. Like, I don't need this apartment with the cops. Or what if I go tell the cops what you're over here doing or whatever, huh? Stop. I mean, chill out, man. And he put him out there, hey, you smoking up all this free weed. I'm still getting you paid. You know, it's just communication, okay? You did not approach the situation the right way. You know, Kanan, I know we had this talk, but it's getting a little out of hand. Can we renegotiate? Can we? And look, all of your guys they out there loyal to Kanan. You finna get your ass whooped on your own stoop. And then you got Michael Myers in the background, bro. This is a lose-lose. You know what I'm saying? It's 17-1. But if you could not tell already, I was highly entertained by this conversation right here. Paul was about to get chin checked. You know. And then on top of that, I was laughing at Ronnie, like, talking like this. Hey, I'm having a party. You need to come through because everybody's gonna want to be there. Kanan, like, man, what the fuck for? Kanan, he's really growing into the 50 Cent character we know from the original show, little by little. You know what I'm saying? Here in this scene right here, addressing Famous, his mom. This is really, really good, man. Floor is yours, bro. Break it down, man. How did you feel about this whole thing, especially with Paul?
the inciting moment, the insightful moment, or the twist with Kanan coming from a boy to a man was that conversation that he had with Famous. Because, man, that boy voice went from a kid to a fucking man. Yeah. He's like, you need to be scared of me. That was the inciting moment where he turned into a man in that moment. And then they start every other barrier after that for Kanan was like grown man stuff right here to this Adrian Brody great value version smoking weed character. Okay. He went like, dude, you need this boy. This boy is giving you free weed. He's got your pockets paid, and you worried about whatever light duty illegal tactics you got these guys doing to the point where you ready to threaten him with the police. Kanan should have smacked him for that and been like, look, bro, we can't even be in business together with you threatening me with the police, first and foremost. But but you know what? The mentors have taught me that it's better to hit him with honey than vinegar. So, okay, I'll commend Kanan for that. But if he come out of his mouth again like that, Kanan, you're going to have to pistol whip him in the head or something. He's getting out of pocket. Stop this shit, man. I'm helping your business. I'm giving you free weed. And when I take the guys away from you, I'm paying for it. Bruh.
Yeah.
What? I mean, what product? Yeah. And then no, you good. And with old Michael Myers, Ronnie back there, he would have probably loved to see Kanan fight so he can know what he's dealing with in terms of a fighter.
Yeah, man. This is good stuff right here, man. This is high quality television, high quality streaming. If you ask me, you know what I'm saying. So you guys let us know what you think. And again, man, you was right again. What was can you guess what was I right? I mean, what was you right about that? I was like, I don't know, Lamont. What can you guess? Because you're pretty good at it.
Bro, I'll be coming up with so many different theories and stuff every week,
Yeah, I
and
think I
people
agree.
always telling me I'm crazy about stuff. I'm like a seal on an iceberg. I just let the water roll off my back. Which one you talking about?
Talking about Howard's and Rock's relationship when they pulled up on each other, talking about what do you want now? You know, because this whole time you've been saying that he's bitter because he's been trying to get back in between them legs, and I was like, I don't think he really cares about that. I mean, I'm sure he would if it just fell in his face, but I don't think he just really tripping on that. But I don't know. It was just something about his character, and I really think he's bitter about it now. This scene right here.
I'm trying to
So
tell you.
I'll go ahead and give you that, a virtual high five or a dap, whatever you want to do.
No doubt.
But he revealed like, hey, Unique is dead. We haven't found a body. It's not on the priority list. And it's also interesting because he was like, what the F do you care for? Okay, like, first of all, you said you was at the game, so what you care about the players for? And also, isn't this better for you? It's less competition. So why are you not popping bottles and celebrating? So he had a point right there, man. This relationship will never rekindle. If Kanan, they would have no reason to still communicate if Kanan wasn't in the picture. But
right.
Yeah, man. How do you feel about this scene, man? And she was like, he was like, you worried? And she was like, no, I'm aware. I'm not scared. I'm aware. And aware people always know what's going on. And they got to have their pissing contest. But I still like the engagement. But where you at on this?
She know that he still want to get in them draws, them panty draws, them deep voiced panty draws. He still want to get in there, and she's still trying to just play. She's not even playing coy because she don't really want to have nothing to deal with him other than the information she can get from him. And at the end of the day, she's doing what women say men tend to do with their kids. She's putting her son kind of as a stringing point to keep him coming with the information about what's going on with the law. One time she mentioned, have you forgotten that your son is involved in this family business, blah, blah, blah. And to some degree, I think that that's working with him. But also, man, he still wants to get in them panty draws. Like, I think in his mind, he could still see them trying to be a family. At the time, Rock is talking all this, I'm out the game type crap. And I think he genuinely is a little worried about her safety. He is.
Okay.
Because some of that stuff he said about, you could be next and look at the bodies that's dropping. I think he's thinking that at some point in time, he's going to punch through and she's going to be like, you know what? Take the Mike Tomlin Howard, even though you got these cookies and these draws when I was an underage girl, I'm a grown woman and I see your value now. You can come get them again. It's not going to happen, bro.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But he's just as involved in everything now because he helped come up with that Crown Camacho lie with her. So he's kind of in too deep and he don't get none of the benefits of being in too deep.
True. Okay. Gotcha. Now this right here, it was this. I mean, it was there. There's not much happened. They're at the club, and I definitely don't see them hooking up. Like you said,
B. Avery ain't got no love. B. Avery ain't got no love for the senior citizens. You're a senior citizen. Don't even look at B. Avery in the gym.
I just don't see no chemistry between her and Lulu. But y'all can chime in if you want there. But Marvin is continuing to try to be a better dad. That's the conversation that they was having. Like, this is difficult, and Lulu's like, oh, I can't even imagine being a parent, and all this, talking about how family ties are frustrating and you're obligated and you love them but you hate them and all that. Some real stuff right there, real stuff. But here, it was interesting how Marvin was like, hey man, I'm trying my best. Okay, I'm sorry. This, that, and he realized like, oh, I'm doing it again. I should be praising you, but I'm beating my chest. And I'm glad he realized that there. He's trying his best, man. I have nothing but respect for him as far as that's concerned. And he's like, hey, I need you to teach me how to be a better father. And when she repeated it back, it did kind of sound a bit goofy. But I'm standing on it, Lamont. Marvin is not gonna die. Okay, we need him around for Jukebox. Okay, but yeah, man, how did you feel about the brief conversation at the club between Lulu and Marvin, and also, do you think he was tripping for making this suggestion of Juke saying, "Hey, teach me how to be a better father as a father yourself"? You know, I definitely wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Nah, man. I mean, what he's doing is something that a lot of people would like to see men do. He's admitting that he's learning as he go, and he knows that his daughter has had to grow up faster than the average kid that is her age, and he's basically just asking her to help me be a better dad. Like, what can I do to help you is what he's asking her. He just didn't ask it to her in that way. And I think Juke, she probably in her heart wanted to say something else, but she's not going to make it that easy for him. And she's
Right.
probably looking at this thing like, yeah, like, bruh, I'm a kid. I don't need to be bearing all this on me right now. You're gonna have to learn how to do this on your own, and he's gonna find the strength to do it. Look at how this character has completely turned around. I mean, like, complete 360. Damn,
180.
he's a fan favorite. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's gonna figure it out. And
Yeah.
we're enjoying this story arc. Like, that was a real moment for him to see where he's come from to where he's at now, asking her, what can I do to be a better parent? That's the type of stuff people go to couples counseling for, and the therapist be like, you need to ask your partner, what can they do to be a better partner for you? But it's just that she's a kid and she's had to go through so much with him. Right now, she's like, dude, this is all in your court, buddy. I'm not going to help you one bit.
Is that in any situation appropriate for a parent to just take the gloves off and be like, because for the most part, the parent does know best. They have 20, 30 plus years experience on average, but is that appropriate? I'm not a father yet, but is that appropriate to be like, hey, instead of saying it's always my way or the highway, sometimes you take the gloves off and you say, well, what do you need from me as a dad? Because they could come back and be like, I want an allowance of $500 a week and eat lollipops and ice cream. Okay, that's a horrible idea, but somebody can come back and say that. So it's like where do you draw the line? You know what I'm saying? Sorry if you already answered that, but that was really on my mind when watching that scene.
I think the line is drawn at age appropriateness and the experience of said child. So I don't think Marvin would have asked her that if he wouldn't have thought that she was intelligent and age appropriate and advanced enough as a adult young child to give a good answer. If she was just running around here mealy mouth like Kanan, he would have never asked Kanan that same shit. But Jukebox she's pretty adult for a teenager. And so I think that it comes down to how wise is the said child involved in the situation at whatever age appropriateness. Like right now, if I want to know something about Blippi or Miss Rachel or Blue's Clues, I will go ask my daughter, okay, honey, how can I better help you have an experience with Blue's Clues, Blippi, or Miss Rachel? And she's going to be like, when they come live, daddy, take me to see them live. And I'll be like, okay, you keep cleaning your stuff up, I will take you to see them live. Okay? And maybe when she's a teenager, if there's something that teenagers are doing that I don't know, I will go ask her, okay, tell me about this teenagery thing that's going on. I need to know, that type thing. So I think it just comes down to age appropriateness and wisdom appropriateness.
Well said, sir. Well said. And sticking on Marvin, I like the relationship that he has with his anger management buddy Joe right here, who is also the writer. I want him to stick around for a long time. I love the conversation between them, the interaction, but I also got a lot of laughs out of this. Like, hey, bro, I don't know who you are. Move the fuck on. Like, like, I don't. If I have to repeat myself one more time, I'm gonna break your arm. You know what I'm saying? And so I got a good laugh out of that. Do you think that his friend here is gonna die? The journalist. I don't know. It just kind of crossed my mind here. Do you think he's going to be around for a while? Do you think he's going to perish in some unfortunate accident? And just how did you feel about the scene yourself? I feel like he's going to die. I don't want him to, but how do you feel?
Well, people know this is Power, and generally anybody can die on Power. That's one of the beauties of the show. They ain't quite like Game of Thrones, but anybody's up for grabs when it comes to death. And because of how involved Gerald is about to become, I think we can say that at some point in time he's going to be killed for sure. And it was funny for me to see the other guy pop up there who used to work at the club with the white girl that was doing cocaine with Marvin, trying to swear him down. He knew the dude, and Marvin knew he knew him.
Yeah, of course.
But Marvin didn't want to mess up a good moment he was having with Gerald, because Gerald about to do a feature on his daughter and his daughter's group. And they over there rapping about what you're gonna have to do when your kids become teenagers, your daughters become teenagers, and they start treating you weird and stuff, man. So they having a good kind of brothership moment. And this dude from back in the day that you seen you doing illicit acts is trying to jump all up in the mix. And Marvin gave the perfect way to shove his ass away. I'm tired of white dudes thinking that we all look alike and shit. You know, like I seen a girl the other day say, "Hey, Brandon Avery." I was like, "Chick, I'm Lamont Tyson."
Oh, really?
B. Avery is the other guy. Yeah. Like,
oh my God.
Does my voice sound like Brandon Keith Avery? No. So yeah, they be thinking we look alike, some of them. So I like how he played that off.
Okay, that was funny. Do you think this relationship will ever rekindle between Lulu and Rock, or do you think it is over with? I love that he gave her, man. This man is hurting right here. He is going down this downward spiral. I was your baby brother. You was my big sister. And you made me do bad things that I regret. I want to drink. I want to die. I want some more Miller Lite. I don't blame him. And what's good about this scene is, whether it's now or later, it's better late than never, excuse me, is that he got this off of his chest. You know, he's having his own kind of therapy sessions. You know, half of it is in a bottle, which is not the best thing, but at least he's speaking his piece. And I can't get mad at him, man. He's wanting to distance himself from this woman. And what Rock is an asshole, man. Like, I don't even think she apologized. She was like, "Yes, so what? We're here now. I'm trying to, I'm sorry. Are you frozen?"
No, can you see?
Okay.
I'm just listening.
Okay. Rock is an asshole, man. I don't really think she was apologizing. She was like, "Yeah, it is what it is. It's in the past. You know, do what you got to do. We got to get along and move on and all that." Like, has she ever apologized? Like, she just don't give a damn, man. She is doing a hell of a great job of being a character that you hate. But what was your takeaway from this, man? And again, like I started out, man, do you think they're ever gonna make up and be, good brother and sister again?
They're gonna be forced to make up. I stick to my same answer, B. Avery. At some point in time, they're gonna be forced to have to make up. And I think Lulu just set a chain of reactions that's gonna cause that makeup. But here, I enjoyed this dialogue between the two, their interaction between the two. And I actually thought that this was a moment of tranquility for Rock, showing that she cares about her brother. And like you said, she literally came down here to apologize for missing his opening night.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And I think deep in her heart, man, she's, it's almost like she's seeing her life flash before her. She's trying to make things right. But the problem is, it seems like it has all come at a little too late. And I really enjoyed the way Lulu played this. Shout out to my boy Malcolm Mays. I was in there chatting with him the other day on TikTok. He has a good TikTok. Y'all should go check my man out on his live. And he's doing a great job of being someone who is an emotional drunkard. And you are making these women, I hate to call you out, Malcolm Mays, you are making these women very upset because they're tired of seeing you being a drunken character because they love you. They really love Lulu. Ladies love Lulu. And you up here about to be a drunkard again. And we'll talk about what you did at the end of the show.
Yeah, that's true. And while their relationship is trying to spark back up, it still seems like it's pretty good between, Marvin and Rock. I don't think that this is ever going to dwindle. And she basically says right here that she still wants to be part of the game. Like, what do I know
Right.
about being a landlord? I mean, maybe her struggles could. Well, I don't know if I care for her jumping back in the game so quickly because
Right.
all it was a pipe burst. Okay, you caught a pummeler, you get it fixed. You know what I'm saying?
And the
And
police.
I was just about to say the police did drive by, but I still wanted to see her struggle a little bit more. Like, we haven't even made it a full season with her saying that I'm out the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, also right here with Marvin found out that Unique is dead. And I don't know why. I really did like his reaction to hearing that news. Great acting. He was like, "Whoa!" He kind of looked up and rolled his eyes. I really do like that right there. But this does lead them to Stefano again when they go to his shop, and she come in there with the white on. I like the contrast. She got on all the white, he got on all black. He looking at the fist like, "Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what that's called over there." But Stefano called him like, "Is this the mailman right here? Do you deliver in rain, sleet, and snow?" Because of course she wanted him to kill the other boss. But they go back here, and she's like, "Hey, I'm back in." And I'm like Stefano. I'm like, wait a minute. Now you out, you in, you out. This is making me uncomfortable. But then the mailman shows up again. Well, hey, she did come through. When you wanted her to take out your boy or whatever. So I know that's a lot right there. I like that he pulled her in as like, look, let's give it a college try. But hey, once you're in, you're only out. I mean, there's only a one way out. And so going all the way back to, why am I screaming? But going all the way back to, when they're outside of the club here, just because of pipe bursts, and the cops did drive by. She's back in the game, and she shakes the hand with Stefano here. I feel it's a bit rushed, in my opinion. I kind of wish they would have drawn it out a little bit more. Maybe she said that she was back in the season finale or something, and then we see her back in all the way at the beginning of season 4. But where are you at on all that, man? Do you agree or disagree? Somewhere in the middle? How you feel?
Yeah, I agree with you a lot on her getting back in the game and the way Stefano felt about her getting back in the game so quickly. But at the same time, it's hard to have him feel that way when he basically forced her hand in terms of killing Saul Baselli. I mean, she said she was out the game, but she handled that business, which is the saving grace for him allowing her to be back in the game. And he let it be perfectly clear to her. There's only one way you getting out of this game now, chick.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, he's not talking about retirement. He's talking about a body bag, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the kind where LeBron dunk on you and your name is Nurkic. This is a body bag where he puts you inside that furnace he got. And when it came to the barrier that made her get back into being in the game, I think it holds true to her character. She was really and truly never out the game. And when your heart is in a certain place, it don't take a lot of adversity for you to jump right back into it. And so it didn't, I think they did a good job of showing that it didn't take a lot of adversity for her to jump right back into the game because she was never really and truly in her heart done with it. You had a busted pipe as a landlord. Okay. You a landlord. You own property.
Right.
Now, the stuff with the police, that is helter skelter. That would be something that would bother people. But at the end of the day, you a landlord. You rent to tenants. You are the boss. So they just did that to just show us just she was never really out the game anyway.
Yeah. Okay. I got you, man. I got you. Y'all let us know what y'all think. But man, you ready to party, Lamont? It's party time, man. Your boy Ronnie, he sent the invitation out. He's like, pull up, Oh my God, Aisha thought about this party, thought you would have a good time. It was so nice of you, Kanan. Juke back there like, yeah, for all this puppy love and stuff. Where's Famous? I don't fuck with Famous no more. What? And they go up into the club. And it looks like they're having a good time. And Ronnie is wearing the same clothes as that he wore in episode 1. And I got to give the winner here. I I do like the introduction that he gave his wife. That was kind of cute to me. You know, he practiced that quite well. You know, he gave her like 25 titles or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The apple of my eye, my buttercup, my sweetie pie, my Care Bear. You know, the queen of the castle, like yada 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 yada. It was kind of funny to me too because she was like, yeah, he left out a few, but he got more. I don't know. That was kind of I just kind of like that or whatever. But man, everybody's here, man. All the players, all the ballers, all the bosses, all of the men, and they're getting along. And they're like, "Hey, I've heard some good things about you. My fault. Heard some good things about you. You know, you doing the nickel and diamond with the weed. You know, but we want to upgrade you, sir. You know, they getting their dance on. You know, all this right here, and Juke want to leave, man. And I was like, man, this is turning into the Kanan that we know from the show. Also, we got Juke right here staring down Ronnie. I like how fearful. I know. I like how brave she is. You know, and unapologetic about it. Like, I'm not moving nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to have the power of Moses and part me out the Red Sea if you want me to lead this position. We out of here. I like the scene. I like that with Aisha and Juke. But I did feel weird about, you know, her naming all the players. And I was like, no, Kanan, don't go. Go home with the girls. The girls. But yeah, man, how you feel about this whole club scene right here, man? Break it down for me. How'd you feel?
It just showed you how well advanced in wisdom Jukebox is. Why Marvin is able to go and ask her, teach me how to be a dad, because Juke was well aware of the danger Kanan is putting himself into. And she was also concerned at the fact that he hadn't told her about this side business he got going on. Well, she don't need to know what the business is now because she see exactly what's going on in this building. Yeah. And I think that it was smart for her to take Aisha and go, because what Aisha just did was break up with Kanan and just cleared the way for Jukebox. And the one dumb thing Kanan did, I mean, just big dummy like Sanford and Son. Why the hell would you put your ass in there to take a picture with all the thugs and the players in the community? Like, bruh, when the police get a hold of that, they're going to know to start going picking down people in these pictures and stuff to figure out who we need to press. And when they see your young behind in there, they're going to know to press you quick. Whether you're doing something wrong or not, they're going to be watching you. They're going to be watching Ronnie. Everybody in that picture, they're going to be having an eye on. And that was young and dumb move 101.
Agreed. I did not agree with that right there, man. That was not a smart move at all. But you know, you live and you learn, you know. And one thing about this show is, even though we know the outcome of, we know he's not going to die, you know, he may get beat up a bit, but I still care about his well-being, you know, and I'm still nervous sometimes in these situations that he puts himself in. With all these people right here, you know, so it's still, you know, really good job, you know, with the show and all that stuff. You guys let us know what y'all think. But we're coming up to the end. Just a few more things to go. We got this downward spiral right here with Lulu. He's starting to see ghosts. He's starting to see Scrap, and is eating up at him, man. And I don't blame him. You know, he's feeling bad. He's feeling convicted. He's feeling very, very responsible for not intervening and stopping Rock from killing Scrap. You know, and so he's not doing too well right here, man. And we can go ahead and talk about it now. Towards the end of this, at the very end of the episode, he goes and spills the beans to the mom. God. You know, and this is a big deal right here. You know, there's gonna be some aftermath right here. You know, good decision or bad decision, man. He wanted to clear his conscience. He felt horrible about it. Was it a good move, bad move, man? You said Kanan had a dumb move. Is this a dumb move too, Lamar?
Very dumb. See, that whole mess he told Famous about clearing your conscience. No, this type of thing you just gotta take to your grave. When you make that great of a mistake, the only person you can tell is the people you pray to. That's it. You can't even tell a counselor because they by law can tell the fucking police. That was dumb, B. Avery. It was dumb for him to go to D Wiz's mama. By the way, shout out to the cast for picking a mama that looked just like D Wiz. I mean, you two could be right in the zoo looking like a damn giraffe together. Y'all did a great job of picking out the mama. And he's going to have the nerve to sit there and spill the whole beans to the mama as if she's just going to sit there and take it.
Right.
She's not that cool. She's not even all that thrilled with Rock in the first place.
Right.
And you done went over here and told her this. Now, who do you think gonna have to clean up this mess? Probably Rock.
Yeah.
And if Rock got to clean it up, that means Marvin probably gonna have to deal with it, or she's gonna make you take out the mama too, which is gonna cause you to have more demons. It was a dumb move, B. Avery. Very dumb.
Yeah, very, very dumb move. Should have stayed in the car, man, and drank yourself to sleep or something like that. But that's not smart. But yeah, man. Now we got the cop here, the Fed. He came back in the end, and he has a photo of Marvin. And of course, Detective Howard is most likely going to go to Rock and be like, "Hey, man, your brother is under the radar. Okay, what are we going to do about this?" Because remember, when he said that one of the Italian people identified him, Marvin, it was when Marvin showed up and killed Tony and the other guy at the crib, because one of the dudes did get away, right? And that's who identified him right here. So yeah, this is he said, he in the past he got in trouble for some distribution, and he's back. He said a first grader can connect these dots. What do you think is going to happen, man? I know you've been saying it. Is Marvin going to die? I'm still saying no, he's not. And I'm screaming. Where you at, Lamont?
Tanner Sachs is about to have a hard-on for Marvin. And I have no idea how Mike Tomlin Howard is going to cover this one up. He's going to have to find a way, because Tanner Sachs is about to ride this donkey like it's going around the Grand Canyon. And you can't look over to the side or you fall. They're going to pull Marvin in. And the guy that we saw in the park that was bothering Marvin while he was sitting there trying to have a grown-up conversation with Gerald, he's probably going to get called in because he was around Tony around the whole time all this stuff went down. He's going to get called into play too. So I don't know how Detective Howard Tomlin is going to be motivated to fix this other than the panty draws of Rock. But I think we're going to have to go down that road, B. Avery, because this is going to be a problem. Either Marvin is going to die or he's going to jail. Either way, I don't want to see it.
Neither do I. Yeah, let us know what y'all think. Marvin needs to live to season 9. I'm just going to say that. We're only in season 3. No. But your boy, Kanan, is trying to get some sleep. And it's the boom, boom, boom at the door. And it's Ronnie Myers talking about it's time to get to work. Got the whole red bag of the heroin. And he landed out on the table. Kanan has now graduated from weed to heroin. And he was dealing, I forgot, he tried to make heroin in season 1 and made the super duper batch and killed everybody. Hopefully he can do that again. But yeah, man, how long you think this relationship between Ronnie and Kanan gonna last?
Until one of the other one has to kill the other one or shoot at the other one. This is gonna go on until somebody puts Ronnie down. Because I mean, technically, we know
be the one to kill him.
Probably not. It's not going to be Kanan that's going to take Ronnie down. But we know Kanan going to go on, and probably what's going to happen, he's going to suck down all the knowledge and connections he can get from Ronnie, and then there's going to be an inciting incident that's going to take Ronnie out, and that's when people are going to finally get your precious Ghost and Tommy, because people is clamoring for Ghost and Tommy.
Yeah, I got you. Well, all right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for me and Lamont's Just My Opinion reviews and Get a Life Games recap and review for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 6, titled Into the Darkness. You guys let us know what you thought down below in that comment section in the chat, because this is pre-recorded. Whether you agree, you disagree, what you thought about the episode, you like it, did you not like it? Also, let us know, are you cool with the week jump in the timeline? I said at the very beginning of this that I was not a fan of it, but we definitely want to hear from you. And like always, I do not mind that shameless plug-in. By the time you see this, my review for this film right here, The Book of Clarence, will be up on the YouTube channel. So check that out as soon as you get done watching this video as well. And Lamont, I want to thank you for being here, man. It's always a pleasure. Why don't you let the good people know what you got going on your lovely channel over here, sir?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will be going live tomorrow at noon. I think I've got my timeline set for Black entertainment news and more. It'll be Tuesdays and
Hold on. You
Thursdays.
said tomorrow at noon. By the time they see this, you already gonna go. You already have what it went live.
Good point. Good point. I think my show is set for Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. So you guys can come join me on Tuesday at noon. I will be going live to talk a little bit about Power on that Tuesday noon show. And then I do have my infamous and famous recap that I do with the next episode, which will be episode 7 of Power, where I go ahead and tell y'all what's going to happen. And most likely that stuff is usually pretty on the nose or close to it.
Right on. And so, yeah, man, y'all check them out, help them get to 200K. And by the time you see this video, you can go back and check out the recap for this right here. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty dope. And so, yeah, make sure you show him some love and support. Of course, on my channel over here, you know, you can check out my Night Swim review and some other stuff. Like I said, the Book of Clarence. I'll also, by the time you see this, my review for Lift, Kevin Hart's new Netflix movie Lift, that's going to be on coming out this Friday. My review for that will be up as well, and I'm gonna be going live this weekend too. So got just a ton of reasons that you need to subscribe to the channel. But guys, again, we just all want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, that's Lamont, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.